Yes, now we are discussing about epoxy resin. What is epoxy resin used for? Epoxy resin can be used for the starting strong binding and production of tools such as molds, master models, laminates, castings and fixtures. Such plastic tooling is the ideal replacement for materials such as metal and wood. Next point is what is epoxy resin made from? Epoxy resins, manufacturing process of epoxy resins. Most common epoxy resins are produced from a reaction between epichlorohydrin, chlorohydrin and bisophenol. Though the latter may be replaced by other raw materials to produce specialty resins. And next point is what is the difference between resin and epoxy? Epoxy coating resin has a more various consistency as compared to casting resin. It dries or cures faster than casting resin. Compared to the casting resin, epoxy coating resin has a relatively shorter processing times because the ink layers don't mix. They can be better controlled. Next point is what are 5 uses of epoxy? Epoxy has a wide range of applications including metal coatings, composites, used in electronics, electrical components, LEDs, LEDs, high tension electrical insulators, paintbrush manufacturing, fiber reinforced plastic materials, and adhesives for structural and other purposes. Next point is epoxy resin stronger than glue compared to a different kind of high strength glue like cyanocrylate. Epoxy offers better shear, impact and peel strength. This means that epoxy glue will resist off-angle stress, off-angle stress. Super glue, on the other hand, will hold best when the bonded parts are directly pulled apart. Next point is epoxy resin a glue? Epoxy is extremely durable glue used for all kinds of repair jobs around the home. It can fill gaps, it is waterproof and a great all-purpose adhesive. Epoxy glue is sold in 2-component packages you need to mix, but it is actually really easy to use. And next point is epoxy stronger than plastic? Epoxy glue for plastic is stronger than the actual plastic parts being glued together. And next point is what is the price of 1 liter resin? Chemfix crystal clear epoxy resin with hardener size 1.5 kg, packaging size 1 liter at 900 rupees kilogram in Kolkata. And next point is epoxy used in paint? Epoxy paint is certainly more durable than standard paint due to infusion of epoxy in the paint mix. The added epoxy makes the paint mixture more durable, tough, corrosion resistant and easy to maintain. It is a popular product for various applications. And next point is why epoxy is used in styles. Epoxy grout is a very strong, exceedingly durable and chemically resistant material that can last a lifetime. It is non-porous and discourages the growth of mold or mildew. This makes epoxy grout highly suitable for areas like bathrooms and kitchens which are prone to damage by water. What is the lifespan of epoxy resin? Epoxy resin and hardener formulations have a long shelf life compared to many polymers. The minimum shelf life for the standard INF and lamp products is 3 years for resins and 2 years for hardeners. The minimum shelf life for LAM 251 HT and all ADB resins, and hardness is 18 months. And next point is dear, does resin melt in heat? Why does the resin melt? The thermosetting polymer chain starts disintegrating when you apply heat to your resin. The resin softens as the breakdown occurs. You might see it is melting, but what is really happening is chemical disintegration. And next point is epoxy safe for food? Is there such a thing as a food safe resin? Once epoxy is cured, it becomes an inert plastic as long as it is cured fully and correctly. This usually means it is safe for incidental food contact, but the resin can be affected by anything you add to it, such as dyes, inks, powders, decoratives, inclusions, and more. Is epoxy safe for flooring? The pros and cons of epoxy flooring. The painting craftsman. Extremely safe. Epoxy is a very safe coating for your hard floors. It is slip resistant, shock resistant, and less abrasive than concrete and other types of industrial flooring. It is also water resistant and will protect your floor from any spills, including harsh chemicals that would harm other types of floor. What is natural resin? Natural resins are typically fusible and flammable organic substances that are transparent or translucent, and are yellowish to brown in color. They are formed in plant secretions and are soluble in various organic liquids, but not in water. Next point is how many coats of epoxy resin. Whatever the project you are working on, you will need several coats of epoxy resin and hardener. Most projects need between 2 and 4. However many coats you are planning on, you need to recoat at the right time and in the right way and ensure your surface is properly prepared. This is the information regarding epoxy resin. For painting and wall painting, all these also epoxy resin will give an added strength to paints also. So it will be useful to the epoxy resin making. It will also be a good art, and it is good entrepreneur work and startup issue also. So entrepreneurs can try their best. For new entrepreneurs, they can try their best to make epoxy resin also. Wishing you all the best.